Welcome to the first ESO live stream event. My name is Rafael Hoekman. I'm principal cello of the Edmonton Symphony. This is my collaborative artist partner here, Jeremy Spurgeon.
That's me.
Jeremy is the musical director of All Saints Anglican Cathedral, and he's played with the ESO many times over the last many years. many years. And so we're here today to present to you a concert of cello and piano favorites. We're going to start with a piece by Tchaikovsky. It's a piece that I love to play, and I think about my old teacher, the great Russian-Canadian cellist Yuli Turovsky. I think about him a lot when I play this because he always told me that I was rather sentimental when I played, and he kept telling me that. And I asked him one time, well, Mr. Turovsky, what piece can I play where I can be sentimental? And he quickly replied, Valse Sentimentale by Tchaikovsky. So, of course. Sentimental.
Yes. Beautiful.
Welcome if you're just tuning in. Again, my name is Rafael Hoekman. I'm principal cellist of the ESO. This is Jeremy Spurgeon, musical director at All Saints Cathedral. This is our live stream event. Thanks to the NAC, National Arts Centre, and Facebook Canada for providing the grant to make this event possible. And thanks to the ESO Windspear for bringing this event to you as well, live from the Windspear stage. This is quite an incredible experience to be here with nobody here, but everybody's there. So quite different. And I just want to shout out a couple of people. First of all, my wife and kids at home, Sam and Annie, and Marion Curry Roberts, my wife, they're watching. Hope you're watching at home. And my mom is watching from where she lives at Greater Edmonton Foundation, Kiwanis Place, and I understand they're broadcasting that in the auditorium all there. So hello to all of you as well. Hope you enjoy this live stream event. So Yeah, the next piece, next two pieces we're going to play more Tchaikovsky. We're starting with Tchaikovsky with this program. Two pieces, one is sort of slow and contemplative, very meditative. It's called Andante Cantabile. And the second piece is more fiery, dramatic. It's called Pezzo Capriccioso. I actually played both of these pieces with the ESO in January in a concert on the Sunday Showcase series with our wonderful colleague Cosette Justo Valdez conducting. It was a wonderful opportunity to work with her in that way. So here is Andante Cantabile.
That would be the substitute orchestra.
That's right. Jeremy today will be very much the substitute orchestra, full orchestra for these pieces. played two pieces already. We played the Valse Sentimentale by Tchaikovsky, Andante Cantabile, also by Tchaikovsky, and we're playing a third Tchaikovsky piece now called Pezzo Capriccioso. Usually we hear resounding applause after that. Thank you, Alan. Good. We've tried to make a program that is interspersing the lovely slow cello melodies that everyone knows and loves, and some sort of faster, more exciting pieces as well for a bit of variety. The next piece we're going to play is one of the most famous and most comforting pieces, and if this is any sort of possible comfort to you to hear this piece, I hope it brings that comfort to you. We hope. This is Camille Saint-Saens from the Carnival of the Animals. This is the Swan. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah. So, if you're just tuning in, again, this is a ESO live stream. I'm Rafael Hoekman, Principal Cello of the ESO. This is Jeremy Spurgeon, Musical Director of All Saints Anglican Cathedral. We just played the Swan, one of the most beautiful, most heartfelt, popular pieces for the cello. And yeah, that was really, I could feel the energy from all of you listening and watching out there, even though none of you are actually here. But I was musing to Jeremy before this concert. I said, I can tell this is a real concert. And he said, well, how can you tell? And I said, well, it's because I felt sick to my stomach these last 2 days preparing for it, which is usually how we feel preparing for a big concert like this.
But it's very relaxing right now.
Yeah, it's very relaxing right now. The next piece we're going to play is also by Camille Saint-Saens. It's a little bit of a late addition to the program when we started thinking about what we would play, and I decided I wanted to play another sort of fiery, fast piece in there. So I've chosen a piece that I haven't played since I was 14 years old, so that's a long time ago. It's called Allegro Appassionato, and it's definitely a piece that young people play when they're starting to become more advanced at playing the cello. And to my young student Anthony Yu, if you're watching, we're going to start working on this one quite soon, actually. So pay attention. Almost as much fun as when I was 14. I think. Very good. Right. Next piece we're going to play is a piece by Edward Elgar. It's called Salut d'Amour. It's a piece that Jeremy and I have played for a few years now. We actually performed a concert which we entitled Salut d'Amour because we sort of mused about the English and French connection during that time in the late 19th century, early 20th century. A lot of composers like Elgar and Faure and Saint-Saens, they writing this wonderful music at that time. And I always thought it was interesting to hear this this title of this piece, which is in French, Salut d'Amour, but it's by this very English composer, Edward Elgar. He wrote it as a anniversary present to his wife, Carice, and it's a very sort of comforting tune, I think, and it makes me think about people who haven't seen each other for a while, sometimes maybe off abroad doing something, some war or something, and coming home to your love, your sweetheart. And it makes me think about what we're facing here with a lot of us being cut off from each other, especially if you're traveling abroad. Some people are stuck abroad during this crisis. So this piece is for you folks who may be watching from abroad or may be cut off from one of your or some of your loved ones and are waiting till the next time you can see them in person and give them a great big hug and embrace them. So this is Elgar's Salut d'Amour. Oh, wow. So we could hear you collectively sigh after that one, I think. It's very nice. So the next piece we're going to play is a piece I played as a soloist with the orchestra a couple times, actually. It's a romance, or what's it called? Dolci Pianti, Sweet Tears, by Johann Strauss. And it's a piece that's, again, very lovely cello sound, cello melody, that sort of thing. But it also sounds a lot like a waltz, and parts of it certainly sound like a Viennese waltz. That's where it comes from. And so we were thinking that we've been taking all these gatherings and crowds and everything that we've discovered through this crisis. We've been taking a little bit of that for granted, and it'll be nice when we can get back to just being in groups of people and feeling that energy, feeling that community of being at maybe at a party where there's dancing or something like that. And so this is for that reason. Very good. So enough slow pieces for a while. And a fast one. I've been principal cello of this orchestra here on this stage. I've had the privilege, the honor to be principal cellist of this orchestra for the last 5 seasons. And in my first season, our artistic administrator, Rob McAleer, sent me an email, and he said, Rafael, the orchestra would like you to perform Elfentanz next season as a soloist. And I thought, oh boy, it's not usually, not usually the piece that you start learning when you're 40 years old, but that's what I did. So I've actually performed it a couple of times with the orchestra. Elfentanz is a piece by Popper. It's a virtuoso piece with, yes, it's not slow. It's not slow. We'll just leave it at that. But I'm so glad I've been able to, when I was a kid, I knew about this piece, knew about it very much, heard some colleagues playing it, and thought, oh, maybe I won't play that. But thanks to Mr. Rob McAleer, I've learned it.
Now play it.
And now we're going to play it. So this is Elfentanz.
Normally I would have a page turner, but I have to do it all myself because I couldn't find a page turner with arms 2 meters long.
Right.
There it is.
Usually there's lots of applause after that. Oh, thank you. There's the applause. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're switching it back to slow pieces again. So we're going to play two pieces by Gabriel Faure. As we talked about, we had played some French and English music before in the past, and so these are, the first one is called Sicilienne, named for the famous Sicilian rhythm that is so obvious in Italian music, and this is the French version of the Italian Sicilienne by Gabriel Faure. And the second piece we're going to play is Apres un reve, After a Dream. Again, it's very sort of meditative, reflective pieces for cello, beautiful cello sound. The Apres un reve is perhaps more dramatic than the Sicilienne. Sicilienne is very gentle and flowing, and yeah, we love playing these pieces. They're different. Oh, there was applause. Oh, good. Well, virtual applause. That's very good. Very good. Alan is clapping. Oh, that's a lovely one, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's quite powerful music. We're almost at the end here of this event. I've got one more piece to play, and I just want to, I've got to read off this page here because I don't want to forget thanking everybody that this has been. I'd like to thank Anne-Marie Petrov and the ESO board for supporting the musicians and staff at Windspear through this crisis. It's fantastic leadership, and what a wonderful organization this is to keep supporting us through this. It's not every orchestra is doing that. This one is very special. It's really incredible how it's been. So we're hoping to give back. I want to thank Joyce Labriola for helping with this live stream. Alan down there, who's doing all the technical stuff. Konstantin Karelius for organizing all the media attention for this event. It's been pretty incredible. Jeremy, of course, for being such a fantastic artistic collaborative partner. I want to thank my wife Maren for everything she does for me, including putting together the application for this grant, and the ESO musicians, my wonderful colleagues who I dearly love to go to work with every day, and I miss you all. I wish you were all here with me on the stage performing all together instead of this. Although this is nice, this is fun, but yeah. Yeah, check out the ESO Musicians Facebook page if you haven't done so already. And if you do like what you hear, please donate to the ESO. This extraordinary organization, like I said, has continued to support its staff and its musicians where some others have not, and it's definitely worthy of your financial support and donation if possible. So there's a link in the live stream right now you can donate to if you feel that you can, if you can. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all I've got to thank. And the last piece is a fun one. It's another piece by Popper. Popper was the guy who wrote the Dance of the Elves, Elfentanz. It's not quite Elfentanz, but it's got some Elfentanz in it. A little bit of that. Popper was the greatest cellist of his day in the late 19th, early 20th century, very early 20th century. And he wrote a lot of virtuoso pieces. This one is called Hungarian Rhapsody, and it combines a lot of sort of Hungarian folk rhythms and tunes, along with virtuosic display and cadenza. And this has been really great fun doing this, and Jeremy and I are very happy to be able to do this for all of you. So here is Hungarian Rhapsody by David Popper. John is clapping.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you all very much for watching and for listening. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all back here at the Windspear very soon, I hope. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.